Sneeze.
All right, it's James, and I'm pantless as usual. Why should I wear pants for your podcasting pleasure? Try not to picture it. I can't picture it. There's really nothing that I can see without mirrors anyway, so there's nothing for you to be concerned about for the fact that I am not wearing pants. I've not respected you enough to wear pants. For that, I am sorry. I'm here because I'm forcing myself every week to get in front of this gosh darn microphone and talk to you. Who the hell ever you are? I don't know who you are. No one ever writes me, sneezeshow@gmail.com. No one ever talks to me, sneezeshow on Twitter, on TikTok. I'm on TikTok. TikTok is confusing me. I still haven't used it for, I've had success with my other podcast promoting it, putting clips on it, but I don't understand it, and I don't ever surf it myself. You see, every time I turn it on, it shows me naked people, or half-naked people. And I'm not going to click on it, because if I click on it, if that's the first thing I click on, because it gets to know you really fast, TikTok. If I click on the naked woman, and she's like 18 with boobs galore, and cleavage, and skin, and all kinds of things that middle-aged men try not to think about, it's there as soon as I open the app. So if I click on it, see, the thing is, I can't click on it. If I click on it, it'll learn who I am. It'll think, is this because the one time I watched porn in 1998, it just knows this about me? No. But there's nothing else for me to click on to teach it that I like other things. Do you know what I mean? I want to teach it what I like. The other things I got was sort of things that go against my political views. Like, right-wing shit. Political shit. And I imagine that if I clicked on the right-wing political shit, that I would be served right-wing political shit from here until eternity, and it would be just as much as a problem as Facebook and everything else. So, TikTok, I don't know. It seems like there's old, angry, trolly people on TikTok now. Like me. Yeah, so Halloween just happened on the weekend, and I'm still feeling the effects of it, of course, because I know where my daughter keeps her Halloween candy. And let me say, as I was rummaging through her duffel bag, stuffed plump with candy, it's very disappointing. You know, it's a very undiverse selection of candy she has. People are just going to the store and buying the same shit, you know? And when I was a kid, the diversity of cat, even when my son was a little kid and I did a Halloween video, there was a lot of different things. I have not got a single Tootsie Roll, no nerds, none of those weird Halloween candies that break your teeth, which is good because my teeth are getting at an age now where they will break. I broke it on a chewy granola bar a couple summers ago. So you think the Halloween candy's not going to kill me? What about Jawbreakers? Nothing like that in there. It's just the same mini chocolate bars, the same bags of Doritos for some reason. I hate Doritos because I threw up on them in grade 8. Badly. You know how you throw up on things sometimes and you can't eat them again? Yeah, my son did that with Kraft Dinner once, and Kraft Dinner was a staple in his child's diet. Yeah, he couldn't eat it for a year, which was a problem for us as parents, because what else do you feed a kid if not Kraft Dinner? What else is there? Vegetables? Where do they come from? How do you cook them? They're not appetizing. What part of the cheese/fat food group are vegetables, I ask, in all sincerity. So my daughter, who's 13, was going to go with her friend, and he canceled, so she went out by herself in the neighborhood, convinced that she deserved candy. Regardless, she's very adult in some ways and very kid-like in others, as she's at that age where you have to respect both sides. However, she wore fishnet stockings. This is the costume that my 13-year-old daughter concocted, was a fishnet stocking emo girl. That's what she went as, much to the delight of almost no one at the door, other than the fact that people at the door saw her alone and felt sorry for her. You know what? I've done that too at the door. I felt sorry for kids who've gone alone. And I've realized that this is a scam, because you know why? She got a lot of Halloween candy from very few houses. There was one house where she got 2 full-size chocolate bars and a bag of chips. That's just crazy. Yes, there was a time that you may recall, if you were an avid James listener, that I gave out king-size Kit Kats on my first Halloween as a homeowner. That is to establish not only a reputation in the neighborhood, but to create a legend. I'm sure people in that neighborhood are still talking about the one time that they got king-size Halloween candy. I have heard rumors of this happening in other people, but this is truly, it was a $20 experiment. It was 20 giant chocolate bars that will give kids memories for the rest of their life. That time, would you believe that there was like 3.5 Kit Kats in one bar? I got it in king-size Kit Kats. That's, ladies and gentlemen, is creating legends where you are the top. It's hard to be a legend in this day and age. That is one way to do it. But since she went in fishnets, I had to go with her. Wasn't going to leave a girl walking around the neighborhood. I mean, it's not like it's crowded on Halloween. There's pockets of people, and the rest is like God knows what. So I drove with her, and she was generous enough to hand me some of the candy as we went along, and quite happy to do so. So yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time, but we didn't go too far because it was cold. It is Canada. I was thinking that Halloween's a problem for me, calorically speaking. And no matter what happens, no matter how good I am at dieting, or not dieting, but, just discipline in my diet and not overeating, that I can't resist Halloween candy. And every little chocolate bar is like 100 calories, right? At least. It doesn't feel like you're eating anything if you have 10 of them, and that's a whole day's of calories practically. But it's nothing. It's just confected sugar in wafer form and with slight coffee crisp flavor, and maybe, what was grossly lacking this year is nuts. That is a substantial Halloween candy that you can make a meal out of. Yeah, there was a couple Snickers, and they do satisfy, but my God, they're small. I think this rabbit turd's bigger than Snickers bars now. I really do. If there's one chocolate bar that has gotten smaller and smaller, it's Snickers. I'd go find one, but it'd be immoral for me to dig through my daughter's Halloween candy and show you. But they're very small. Take a chunk of my thumb, and that's it. Hardly satisfying at all, actually. Thank you very much. If I went back in time and just got rid of Halloween somehow, just whoever invented Halloween just stopped it from being invented, so there was no Halloween. And if I could do that, my pants would fall off in modern times, in current day, because there'd be, 20 pounds of chocolate bars, at least 30 pounds, maybe 40 pounds. Who can say? If I just erase that from my existence in the past, my pants would fall to the floor if I was wearing pants. This is one reason why I'm not wearing pants, because I assume that at some point I will have a time machine and I will go back and get rid of Halloween, or maybe Big Macs, or maybe pizza. I'm not even convinced that websites, cookies aren't adding to my waistline, because it's ridiculous lately. The pandemic has not been kind to my fat. It's added a lot, and it's just, no matter what I do, I go to the gym, everything I do. I watched Squid Game, by the way. Binged it on 2 nights. I don't have a lot to say. I enjoyed it. I thought there'd be more squid. There was very little squid. And actually not that much game, really, when you think about it. It was mostly worrying about the squid in the game. But yeah, good show. Now you're asking, James, did you watch it with overdubbed or with subtitles? And I watched it with overdub at first to see how it would go. It didn't go well. The actors are never as good in overdubbing. However, when I did the movie Wolf Cop and it was released in Germany and Japan, I noticed that the overdubbers playing me, my role, were better actors than me, which pissed me off. I mean, it doesn't take much to be a better actor than me. That's the problem. Even voiceover actors can be better actors. It just gets to my insecurity. So yeah, I watched it with subtitles, which is good. If you can read, it's good. I found out that my daughter can read. She can read English. She's better at reading French because she's in French immersion, but we worried about her English. Well, she can read just fine, thank you. Because you got to be quick with those subtitles. I did my poop test yesterday. Just yesterday, I did my poop test. You notice I'm a lot more mellow today. I did my poop test for screening colon cancer, which they send in the mail here every 2 years. And it takes me 6 months to get to it, pretty much, even though it's very simple. But I want to wait for just the right poop. It has to be, everything has to be perfect. The mood has to be right. I can't be just waking up. My bowels are very good, by the way. I wake up, they're ready to go. and I can start my day quite efficiently. I feel bad for people who have to go in the middle of the day and you're doing something and all of a sudden, oh, I have to shit. And you're not going to be near a bidet like I am. I have to be near my bidet. It is essential. I would carry a portable bidet with me were it possible, which I guess you can. You could just carry a bottle with you and stick it down there and squirt. But, sorry, that's gross. It even grossed me out. That takes a lot. So what you got to do with your colon cancer test is it comes with this little, it's like think of a tiny eyeliner brush that's hard plastic, and it goes into this tube, and you unscrew it from the tube. And what you do is you put down this big, it feels like, what kind of paper do they call that? The sort of a craft paper you use as a kid that's fluffy. Damn it, there's a word for it, and I know everyone who's listening to this knows what it is. But anyway, you put that down, and it's fine, okay? It sort of sits on top of the water, sort of sits on the surface of water. You shit on that thing, it catches your poop. So it's a sterile surface, and you quickly get your little eyeliner brush, and you scrape the side of the poop to see if there's any blood on the sides. So my poop on this particular day was multicolored. I don't particularly look at my shit anymore. I think when I was a kid, you were fascinated. You'd have a good look to see what came out. But I noticed that it was multicolored, like quite different multicolored. Like whatever I ate in meal A was very different color than meal B, and it sort of joined together. It was quite beautiful if you weren't offended by shit and the color brown in general for that reason, which we are trained to do as human beings. So, so I scraped both colors just to be safe. I made sure I got a little bit of both colors. So we'll see in a couple of weeks if I have to go for a colonoscopy. I'm not looking forward to that because I've had 2 of them, not because of these tests, but because of, my tummy hurts. Well, let's send you for a colonoscopy. You're fat. You're high risk. Even when I was like 30. Now I'm like 55. Well, let's get on with things here. I'm a little discouraged with Mr. Zuckerberg, and I don't want to call him Mr. Zuckerberg because I hate his fucking guts. I don't hate his fucking guts. I've never met the man. I don't like him. And the fact that he's unusual, fine. Maybe he's on a spectrum. I can't blame him for that. What I can blame him for is evil, because I believe Zuckerberg is evil. I believe that Facebook is if I could go back in time and uninvent Facebook, that would be good. Someone else probably would have invented it, right? Well, I don't know. Maybe someone who's got some ethics to them, I would have let invent it. And and then get rid of Halloween candy. Maybe chocolate in general. I would probably be thin. Boom, thin. Sex machine. Different life altogether. Living in LA. Multiple wives. Maybe my 10th wife by now, something like that. Different life. Not necessarily a better life, but certainly my back wouldn't hurt as much. So that was one thing that I did. I don't like Facebook, and I am starting to try and delete it. And I tried before, and everyone got offended. All these acquaintances who I have not heard from in literally 10 years said, well, fuck you. And I meant not to offend anybody. It wasn't them I was getting rid of. I wanted to get rid of acquaintances. I couldn't get rid of Facebook. I wanted to keep it for my inner circle and get rid of the people I don't actually... Some people I don't even know, right? I add everybody because I'm an entertainer. I like to promote things. So if somebody wants to join my Facebook, then fine. And they can be exposed to my advertising and my self-promotion, which is endless and elegant. But Zuckerberg, he wants this new Facebook for people to meet in person, fake in person. So you become an avatar, you meet in a fake place, and you talk to somebody else who's also an avatar. So what would I be? Would it change my voice? Could I become a woman? Could I become 10 years younger? Would I take 60, 70, 80, 90, 120, maybe a couple 100 pounds off my waistline? And would I do that? Of course I would. I just talk to people. Hey, do you like me more? Would I change my skin color to something of a minority to see how I get treated? That would be interesting. I know Zuckerberg wouldn't like it. I'm accusing him of being a white supremacist for no reason. He looks like a white supremacist. Anybody who wears that much sunscreen, white supremacist. He's basically wearing whiteface when he goes whatever it is he does, go boarding or whatever. So I don't like the future, people. I don't have a lot of confidence in what's going on in the world. I don't have a lot of confidence in American democracy. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to worry. You know, I don't want to be this old guy who worries about the future, but the future it's in peril. Not only from global warming, but from rising populism and just fucking this tool of echoing crazy people. And who knew there was this many crazy people? I've said this before, but there's a lot of crazy people. At least 1 in 3 people nuts, at least in the States. I hope it's less here and other places, but Brazil is probably 50%. People are just stupid. It's not just education. They're just open to craziness. And this shit is not being studied. Because if it was studied, they'd burn down the house of the studiers. They'd burn down the university of the studyee. I mean, hundreds of QAnon people gathered in Dallas a couple days ago to witness the impossible. And that is the return of John F. Kennedy, or John F. Kennedy Jr., who are going to come back from the dead as Republicans, Trump supporters, and issue in the new age of Trump and install him as president. They sat on the street, and then at this date and time, hundreds of them. And I know that hundreds of people might do a lot of different things, and maybe it got more press attention than it maybe deserved, because there are crazy people who do crazy things all over the world every day, and hundreds of people isn't everyone. But it's scary. And you have to admit that. Elon Musk, said on Twitter that he would give $6 billion to solving world hunger, even though the UN spent something like $8 billion the other year. I would like him to solve James Peckishness, which would take approximately $150. Elon, if you're listening, solve James Peckishness now. So the Cars for Kids video advertisement
1877
is playing on Canadian television on the cable news networks where I watch. And I'm sorry I even brought it up, because if you've ever seen the Cars for Kids commercial, you probably got the stupid song and the images in your head. Yes, I have violent thoughts against those children. Fleeting violent thoughts. I'm more angry, far more angry, at the people who made them do what they're doing. I think I would have, if before I was a parent, I would have actually been angry towards the kids. But now I know it's the people who made the commercial, made them do these stupid things, dressed them up, made them smile, plastered them in adult sexualized makeup, and made them pretend to play musical instruments for a commercial so that they can raise money for a charity. And the person who runs the charity it probably gets bonuses for the more money they bring in. And that person I would like to see go to hell. And the people who made the commercial also go to hell. However, my view of hell is that it's bad, but it's not bad enough for these people. We need something worse than hell for these people to go to makers of the Cars for Kids commercial. I don't know what that would be. Is there a hell's hell? Does the devil go to hell if he screws up? Not evil enough? I don't know. Alrighty, let's spin the wheel and finish the show. What's it gonna land on? It's landed on opinion. Opinion. So now I will generate a opinion. Paperboys. Paperboys. What do I think of paperboys? Do paperboys actually exist? And, they're not boys. In fact, I see more girls. So as far as women's progress in the world, I think we've seen it more in the paper delivery business than we have perhaps at the higher tiers. But paper boys are often paper girls. And that's a good thing, because girls need money too. I don't know why. Why does anybody need money anymore? My kids don't need money. We buy them whatever the hell they want. We're not even rich. But it's just like, there's just more money around than there used to be when I was a kid. So I think they're having trouble getting paper boys these days, and they have to pay them more money. I was a paper boy. Yeah, I was. I didn't care for it. You know why? It's because people would accuse me of not delivering their paper, or perhaps their paper was stolen from a mailbox. So what did I do? I went home at supper time. It's cold. It's winter. It's blocks away from my home where my route was. I get home and the newspaper phones and says, this guy didn't get his paper. So then I got to go to the confectionery. I have to steal money from somewhere, go to the confectionery, buy a newspaper if they have them. If they haven't run out by then, take it to this guy's house. Oh, I hated that. That was the worst. And people in apartments, I mean, it was easy for somebody to steal another person's paper. That's my memory of being a paperboy. Plus, I had somebody working for me. So I had to fire him one day and did the whole route myself, and then I quit. I don't know. They're wearing headphones nowadays. We didn't have headphones when I was a kid. You know, that would have made things better. You listen to music, podcasts, whatever. If you're a paperboy listening to this podcast, drop me a line. I would like to know. So I don't know really what I think of paperboys. They're a dying breed. Things have gone online. They probably have to walk a block and drop off a paper every block now instead of every house. Everybody got the paper when I was on my route. You kidding me? It was rare that I would skip a house because everyone got the paper. So who was stealing my papers, then I ask? Yeah, let's spin the wheel again. Phobias. Now we're going to pick a randomly generated phobia to discuss it. We did phobias last week, but we didn't randomly generate one. Okay, panphobia, fear of everything. That's like pansexual. You like everything, or at least multiple things. I don't know. What does pansexual mean? I actually don't know. Is it some things, multiple things, lots of things, or everything? Looking it up. Not limited in sexual choice with regard to biological sex. Yeah, they like everything. That's good. That's good. It's good to like everything, I guess. Fear of everything. Now, if you have panphobia, not only can you not leave the house, you can't open your eyes. And not only can you not open your eyes, you can't keep your eyes closed because you'd have a fear of the dark. How does someone with panphobia exist? You know, I think I know someone with panphobia. And if you're listening, you know who you are. Because she has a fear of a lot of different things. Panphobia. I can't imagine. No. You couldn't kill yourself because you would have a fear of that. The life would be just torturous. This is what I wish. This is what I wish upon the Cards for Kids people. Maybe panphobia is hell's hell. Think about that. And it makes me happy to come up with that idea. To think that there is hope for these people to be punished boldly. Anyway, I'm James. That's all for this week. We'll see you again next week. I really hope that you will join me because I'm doing it every week and it's going to be so much fun and we're going to get to know each other and God knows what's going to happen. One day I might even wear pants. One day I may wear nothing. And pansexuals will be, hey, I'm into that. Well, maybe not that. Anyway, bye for now.